I acknowledge there's a disconnect between the numbers and how people feel about their place in the world right now. We can deal with the second part as well. We still have work to do, but our model for growing is delivering real results for all Americans.
That was President Biden yesterday acknowledging this disconnect between his economic messaging and how Americans truly feel about their lives as a result of his policy. New Fox News poll shows just 20% of Americans would consider the economy in excellent condition. 78% say it is in poor shape. A full 67% say they believe the economy has not turned the corner, and they believe it is going to get worse. High prices and inflation still the top worry for Americans. 89% say they are extremely or very concerned about it. Joining me right now is Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser, a member of the House Financial Services and Small Business Committees. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks for being here. What's your reaction to these polls?
Hi, Maria. Good morning to you. My reaction to the polls is it's really no surprise. Gasoline, groceries continue to be at very high inflationary rates, very unaffordable for certainly my constituents. And the overall bumbling of this administration. Look, they even go into this discussion with China. Clearly, U.S. and China, the superpowers. And the discussions are just nonsense, right? It's not even being a show horse. It's not being a workhorse. I don't know. It's not even bringing any horsepower. They're talking about climate change, which can't be measured. And meanwhile, China's looking to build 377 or something coal plants. They're talking about fentanyl, which is killing Americans. Nothing to be measured there. No written plan, no nothing from this administration. And that's why we're in such a great crisis and on so many fronts. That's why his polls are low. And you know what? They're not going to correct course. We know this. Where their ideology is, we must elect a new president. And frankly, that new president is going to be Donald Trump, frankly, God willing.
Yeah, but I mean, Congressman, do you think that Pennsylvanians are going to do that? Okay, I mean, yes, you're right. That meeting came out. Xi Jinping was the winner. Okay, Joe Biden did not raise half of the stuff that American citizens are upset about, like the surveillance on them every day from China, like the police stations, like the fact that China is behind so much propaganda, from Ukraine to Israel to anti-Semitism. He didn't raise any of that. So are Pennsylvanians, your constituents, Taiwan, are your constituents ready to pull the trigger and vote Republican?
Yes, Maria, and maybe not today, but we're going to work very hard on the mail-in ballots. We are going to focus on election integrity, everybody following the same rules and the same laws. There's a lot of Biden buyer's remorse, certainly. There's Fetterman buyer's remorse. That's why we think Dave McCormick's going to do extremely well. Look, if we get out the vote, Pennsylvania will vote for President Trump. And they're not just voting for President Trump. They're voting for corrective course for our economy, for our position in the world, for world peace, and as well as protecting our border, which is clearly perhaps the worst crisis completely created the moment the Biden administration took office.
Yeah. President Biden, meanwhile, yep.
It all goes together.
Yeah. President Biden signed the short-term funding bill to avert the government shutdown. More than 90 House Republicans voted against the bill. Texas Congressman Chip Roy scorching Republicans who supported it on the House floor yesterday. Take a look at this. I want to get your reaction.
Sure.
One thing. I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, one, that I can go campaign on and say we did. One. Anybody sitting in the complex, if you want to come down to the floor and come explain to me one material, meaningful, significant thing the Republican majority has done besides, well, I guess it's not as bad as the Democrats.
So what's the answer? What's the one thing? You voted for the funding bill, right?
He in a way, he answered his question. It's not as bad as the Democrats. And let me make this point. If we didn't have the majority, even by 1 or 2 or 3, they would have spent another $1.5 trillion. They would have had more executive orders. They would have pushed through God knows what else, particularly from spending, because that's their only economic growth. Look, Chip Roy helped create the problem. All right. I don't like just pointing somebody like him out. But if they would have voted for the bill where we would have gotten some border security and we would have gotten reductions a couple of months back, there's about 27 Republicans didn't vote for that. Then we would have put the Senate and Schumer and Biden on their heels. That is a fact. Now, I'm not trying to be a Monday morning quarterback, but that would have been a very successful step in the right direction for our budget. But look, we have to measure expectations, Maria. We have the House with a small majority. Our opponent are the Democrats. If we could stick together, we could make some incremental improvements, and we better, because we're going to be going into January and February, and I'm not voting for another CR. We're giving Mike Johnson some runway. We're not blaming the incoming quarterback for the score of the game for the state of the game upon his arrival. So we need some time. Chip Roy knows this. They all know this, to get some appropriations bills right. And then the American people can look and see what incremental gains we can get. But the only way we're going to do big things is if we win the White House back. And yes, the U.S. Senate as well. That's the expectation that should be set.
Okay. We'll be watching that, Congressman. Great to talk with you this morning. Thank you, sir.